Is she a Lord suit or a lawsuit? When she's a
Shots fired. Hey
Hey
guys.
guys.
Today we're gonna do a reaction video to 7 signs this woman might be right for you. My name's Ayana.
My name is Kenrick.
And yeah, so we're just gonna jump right in. We're not gonna waste time.
What's up, everybody? A few days ago, I did a video, 7 signs that this man might be right for you. So now let's do 7 signs that this woman might be right for you. See, the problem with society and culture sexualizing everything when it comes to a woman is that it clouds the judgment of a man. It has him so focused on everything that she could do for his body versus everything she does for his soul. And so by default, many men have a misconstrued definition.
Do men even have souls anymore? Do they have souls? Like what? What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. Yeah, I do, but I don't think. Yeah, a lot of men. Nah.
I think that it's really deep what he's saying. Like just to start off with already, like that maybe because of so much corruption. And objectifying women for so long that now we don't even realize it when we do. We need better, but we don't know how to even get there and how to do better. Maybe.
I guess because culture has raised men to be like, okay, if your girl doesn't have this, then what are you doing? Like, if she's not bad, then it's not going to work out. But the thing is, you can't look at just what's outside. You have to look at what's inside. Like what her character is like. She can look beautiful outside, but inside she's a monster. Or terrible.
He said a monster.
I'm just being real.
Dang. Okay.
Definition of beauty, because if your definition of beauty is anything you could buy, apply, or a bodily asset, your definition of what true beauty is only skin deep. So 7 signs that this might be a woman for you. Number 1, she activates your king. Every man has a fool on the inside of him and has a king on the inside of him. And she knows how to speak to your king. Right now, there has been a re-release of the movie Lion King. Simba was singing this song in the beginning of the movie, "Oh, how I can't wait to be king." But the problem is, when it came time for him to be king, he didn't have the character of a king. Why? Because of who he befriended. He befriended a meerkat. And
no, like, what I'm seeing right here is that, he's talking about his identity. He didn't know who he was. So if it is that you find someone that doesn't know who they are, I find a woman who doesn't know who they are, then like you both are like going in this blind. Like you have to have an understanding of who you are, and then the person that you find has to speak to the leader in you. Like it's the same thing for men. Like if you find a woman, you have to speak to the leader in her, the support in her. Like you have to support her and show her that you care, show her that you're there for her, and she'll do the same for you. So I think it's vice versa. Let me continue.
And a warthog that goes by the name of Timon and Pumbaa. When Timon first saw Simba, he was terrified because he recognized that this was a lion. But then he was like, maybe if he doesn't know who he is, we can make him our friend, because some people like to bound you better. And then since Simba really didn't know who he was, they reduced him down to eat on their level. So this is a lion who's supposed to eat meerkats and warthogs, but he ends up eating bugs and maggots, talking about Hakuna Matata. His friends reduced his diet. That's a word by itself. But this is what I want you to focus on. When Nyla came along, she was trying to eat Pumbaa. Pumbaa looked like some fresh bacon. And then Nyla and Simba get into this fight, and she's like, man, where have you been? Ever since you've been out of position, ever since you have been out of position, our homes have suffered. Ever since you have been out of position, the schools are suffering. Ever since you've been out of position, the nation is suffering.
As he's speaking this, you see, if he doesn't have his identity, then everything around him is going to get affected. So, like, he can't be an effective leader if he doesn't know who he is. He has to have that identity.
And she challenged the king in him. And she was like, you need to go and fight. You need to remember who you are, because sometimes it takes for a queen to remind you that you're a king. And one sign that this might be a woman for you she activates your king. Number 2, she suits you. The Bible lets us know that God created for Adam a suitable helper. And so I like to break this down. You need a woman in your life who is a Lord suit. This is a woman where God was thinking about you when he made her. She suits you. It's not just about compatibility. It's about suitability. Is she a Lord suit or a lawsuit? When she's a
Shots fired. Pow,
Like,
wow.
does she bring out the God in you, the godly character in you, or does she bring out the side of you that you don't like? Does she bring out the side of you that would probably let you catch a case if you're in a different situation?
I mean, that could go both ways. Though,
Yeah.
but we'll keep it on that side.
Okay.
But I think, like in the beginning when he was saying, like, she could bring out the fool in you or the king in you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just talking about that the other day. Like, for women, sometimes, like, we do crave attention. Like, there's no denying it. So even Aisha Curry, whenever she was like, why can't I get people, like, hyping me up or whatever, and she was getting jealous, like, how, like, over her husband because of all the hype he gets. And she's like, I want some hype too. Like, where's my attention or whatever? Like, girls like attention. And sometimes it's like a currency. Like, we thrive off of that. Like, we get our self-validation from that and things like that. I'm not saying it's not right. It's not good. It's not healthy to get your validation on your understanding of self from other people's attention. But it happens. So, back to this, like, where I was going with all this is what I was going to say is that sometimes girls like to elicit emotions out of men. They like to poke because they just want to see what's going to happen because they're curious. So they want that type of attention that is like that jealous rage or whatever, especially when you're more immature and naive and just starting out, that women think when you're naive, some, not all. I'm just talking about the naive, immature, like whatever, when you're first starting out, that jealousy is like, oh, he loves me because he cares, because he's getting upset that this, that, and the other, and he wants to check my phone because, you know, and...
No, that's just gaslighting and a toxic environment, because she's just trying to poke you just to see if you're going to react. But I'm like, you can't always do that. Like, you might be used to arguments in your previous relationship. I'm like being in an argument doesn't mean that they care about you. It's not showing you that they care or they want to give you attention. It's just showing that, you know, you're in a toxic situation. That's what you used to say. You're just expecting it to be like that. But the thing is, whoever God has for you, whoever God allows you to be in a relationship with, then that person will bring out the right side in you, and not they won't love you like previous relationships. Like, you'll understand it only by being in it. You'll see that kind of love changes you. That kind of love helps grows you, helps you, it supports you. Like, the love,
it's drama free, it's stress free. Might even to the point to where it might be boring to people who are used to being firecrackers and just starting drama just because they want the person to say sorry and buy them something to make up for. So, you know, like it might be boring to that person if they're not trying to adapt and to change and to look for something that's serious. And back to the point of, like, what he's saying in the beginning, that, like, if we're only objectifying women or being so shallow and functioning in the shallow pool for too long, we won't develop those muscles to be able to get to that point that you're speaking of, which is real relationship where it is developing the other person and helping them and stuff like that. But if you don't have any muscles to be able to sustain yourself in the deep end, you're just going to stay in the shallow forever and be okay with splashing water and starting fights and
like, I'm not saying that
cases.
You won't have problems in a relationship, but the problem won't, like, keep spiraling downward. It's gonna kind of challenge you to be better, not challenge you to go the wrong way or like jump out the deep end. But anyways, let's get into it.